How to grow long hair as a guy. Are you thinking about growing your hair out? It is not as easy as you might think, but this guide will help you guys out. Unless you're willing to be the subject of much discussion, then don't try this. Many people may mistake you for a girl, but if you persevere, then it will be worth it. Step 1. Be sure this is something you want to do. Most guys who grow long hair start from a relatively short style, and hair grows at about half an inch per month. That's 6 inches per year. Step 2. Identify your hair type. There are many different types of hair, but for the purpose of this article, they can be classified in 4 broad categories: straight, wavy, curly, and frizzy. This step is important as it will affect how you care for your hair later down the line. If you don't know what type of hair you have, ask your parents. Chances are you haven't always had short hair, and they can remember what it was like before. Step 3. Don't cut your hair. Some people believe that trims help hair grow faster. This is false. Cutting your hair makes it shorter, not longer. If you cut it, you only prolong the awkward stage. Don't cut it for fear of splits either. You won't have to worry about them for a long time. Even when you get a couple, they won't go all the way to the root and stop growth as some think. And good hair care will minimize the amount you have. Step 4. Develop good hair hygiene. Keep your hair clean, but remember that the natural oils in your hair help to strengthen it. So every once in a while, it's okay to go without washing it. Step 5. Wash your hair. This basic routine for guys to thoroughly wet your hair, shampoo all over, then thoroughly rinse the shampoo out. Conditioner is a must, but only use it on your ends, or your hair will get greasy. Let it air dry. Since the conventional way to dry your hair with a towel can often damage it, go easy with a towel if you use one, and dab it dry. Using heated appliances such as blow dryers can dry out your hair and make it more susceptible to damage. Step 6. Pay attention as your hair lengthens. Its type, see above, will become more important. Straight hair is easy, but curly, wavy, and frizzy hair can be troublesome. If you're growing out hair of this type, make sure you brush it as best you can to avoid unruly tangles. This can be a lot more uncomfortable than you can imagine if you've never had an obstinate knot in your hair before. 7. Notice that the longer your hair gets, the more you may need to tie it up to keep it out of your eyes. A good way to do this is a simple ponytail behind your head. The main downside of this is your hair needs to be at least medium length to do this. If it is, ask your mom, sister, or friend to show you how. It is not as easy as it appears at first. Other ways to restrain your hair are bandanas and beanie hats. When your hair gets long enough, you can use braids, pigtails, etc. to hold your hair back. These styles are not feminine. They are just hairstyles. Do not restrain your hair with rubber bands or barrettes. They may damage your hair. Step 8. Be patient. Hair takes time to grow, and until it gets a shoulder length or thereabouts, it will look crappy. There are no two ways about it. Please realize that for anything from a few months to a year and a half, you'll look fairly silly with your half-grown hair. But don't be disheartened. The important thing to remember is to be a man about it. No matter how crummy your hair looks in this awkward period, think about how sweet it'll look when it's done. And step 9, there you have it, the manly way to grow hair. Now here's some tips. To grow hair fast, the best thing to do is to keep it loose or be less tense. If you're stressed, your hair will actually grow slower. So just chill. The more relaxed you are, the faster your hair will grow. Also, leave-in conditioner can stop it from becoming a bird's nest, and you can use it whenever you want. Go to your local vitamin shop and pick up a good multivitamin for hair, skin, and nails. Main components should be vitamin A from fish liver oil, multiple B vitamins including biotin, folic acid, pantothenic acid, and vitamin C, among others. If you want long, healthy hair, you've got to feed it the nutrients it requires. When brushing your hair, you'll get knots no matter what type of hair you have. When brushing out knots, don't drag until the knot comes out or it hurts too much. This will just damage your hair. Instead, grab a handful of your hair behind the knot and then brush. This way you can feel the brushing and it doesn't damage your scalp. Start working the tangle out near the ends of the hair, rather than brushing top down to tighten the knot. Avoid brushing your hair when it is wet. Your hair is weaker when it is wet, and brushing can cause hairs to break. Use a wide-toothed comb when your hair is wet instead. Use a Boar's hairbrush when your hair is dry. However, for those with curly or frizzy hair, brushing when dry is not an option, and thus, hair must be combed when wet. Long hair and the wind don't mix. In winter, try restraining your growing hair with one of the ways above. Although you may be lucky enough to have thick, heavy hair that's hefty enough to stay down and win. If you're thinking about growing long hair and are mostly bald, or going bald, or with a bald patch, go for it. See Benjamin Franklin, Devin Townsend, or Strapping Young Lad, George Carlin, and Hulk Hogan. And don't forget the famous Jack Nicholson. During the awkward stage of growing your hair, try styling it. Some guys spike it so it doesn't cover their eyes and it looks cooler. But if you have curly hair, make it an afro or flatten it, but do it with a comb, not a flatter. Experiment with your growing hair. As it gets longer, you're going to need a parting sooner or later, so try and find a good one. And be patient. As stated, growing hair is time-consuming. Try finding a new use for your hair. If you like hard, fast music, try headbanging. It can be great fun. When your hair is of your desired length, get it cut so it's the same length all the way around. Just remember who really matters. Many girls do like guys with long hair. If for nothing else, the originality. In the Rastafarian religion, there's a saying, a man without hair is like a tree without leaves. So if you decide that nature is what is best for you, then do it. Never let anyone bring you down for your choices. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please favorite, like, and subscribe. And enjoy growing your long hair.